Hello everyone, my name is Cameron, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be doing my kind of end of the year look forward video. I do one of these, or I try to do one of these, every year in December, mid to late December, towards the end of the year, to kind of talk about what I'm planning going into the next year. Now obviously you guys have probably noticed, Universe Mode kind of hasn't happened. Jesse and I have not really had the time to play 2K, not to mention neither of us has really had the desire to. I kind of suffered from a little bit of wrestling burnout earlier this year, and late last year, where Jesse and I got super behind in AEW, like 2 or 3 months behind, I think, until we just kind of said, screw it, sat down and just watched. And watched a lot. I mean, like, it was a lot of wrestling to watch, and I've been kind of getting back from that burnout, but it's really burned into the playing of wrestling video games as well. I can't say we're going to be doing 2K22 Universe Mode. I think also the fact that the game just plays the way it does, I haven't enjoyed playing it, was also kind of a big thing. So there's a good chance 2K22 will not be having more Universe Mode stuff, which sucks, but it kind of went bad from the get-go, you know. We did the midnight release stream, which I always love doing, and then the entirety of that was just a nightmare. I got copyright strikes because of the videos that 2K put in for Rey Mysterio. It really kind of became an issue of doing that stuff. You know, I thought it was the music at first, and then it turns out it was the videos that they put in, which kind of makes no sense that these are showcase videos and the whole showcase is supposed to be shown off in a cool way if you're doing content for it. And they just kind of got rid of it, and they got rid of that ability for me. And I've been trophy hunting the game a little bit, but it's been unenjoyable. Like, I don't fully enjoy playing the game, and I kind of get that same feeling with every sports game now that I play. It just, I'm burnt out on them. I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy trophy hunting them. I don't really enjoy playing them anymore, which is weird. Like, Jesse plays baseball on my account, but that's about it. For the most part, I don't really play many sports games myself. The last one I've been playing is FIFA 22, and even that I'm completely burnt out on because honestly, the trophy list is just ridiculous because EA are assholes. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about talking about what my kind of gaming plans are and kind of my resolution for gaming into the next year. Now, obviously, if you guys have been on the channel for a couple years, you know how this usually goes. I usually talk about some plan I have going into the year for what I want to see happen. Now, granted, obviously right now, gaming is a little bit hard with my finger the way it is. I can still hold the controller. It's just, fairly uncomfortable. Sorry, I had to adjust my bandage. It was kind of putting a lot of pressure down on a certain spot. Now, granted, when I lift my finger up like this, I feel a tingling sensation in my finger. I think it's from the internal stitch. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the cause, is my internal stitch moving or something like that. For those of you wondering, I did get 3 external stitches and an internal stitch. I think I mentioned that in the video describing what happened, but I'm not 100% sure. But my last one was talking about how I wanted to get to a certain amount of platinums and play more games and stuff like that, which I granted I did. I did get to, I'm actually currently sitting at 62 platinum games, with my most recent platinum coming the other day, and my most recent 100% coming actually yesterday as of this recording. Yeah, barely as of this recording. It's only 12:19 in the morning as of recording time. So technically yesterday was my most recent 100%. Now, what do I mean 100%? Well, obviously I also play on Xbox and PC and technically Nintendo Switch, but that doesn't really have achievements, so we're not going to talk about that. But there are still some PlayStation games that do not actually have platinums, in which case they are just 100%. I did get a couple of those very recently, which will be discussed in the next Platinum Journey video, where we talk about my next 50 platinums, as well as games that I've 100%ed both on PlayStation and on Xbox. My biggest goal this year was trying to get to 50, and I did eventually get to 50. I was able to do the video I wanted to do, which is really, really cool, and I've been steadily working towards 100 to do the next video of the Platinum Journey. Now, my gaming resolution for 2023 was not really something that I had in my mind all that much in the recent weeks. I've been kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I think my biggest thing is I want to do two things. One, I want to try to get to 200 platinums, which I'm only 38 away from 100 right now, which means I'm 138 away from my goal of what I want to be at by the end of next year. Now, granted, that also comes with my actual work schedule, my personal life with my girlfriend, potentially moving out here next year, and so many other things, going down to Florida to visit my dad, potentially doing more college classes, so many other things that are going to then get in the way of my game time. But I do still intend to try to get to 200 platinums by the end of 2023. That is my big overarching goal. Now, will I do that one? I don't fully know. I was kind of hoping to be at 100 by the end of this year, but obviously I got fired from Dollar General. Things kind of spun out of control for me a little bit. Obviously, this happened. And so things have kind of taken a little bit of a back seat right now, because personal life stuff is kind of, real life stuff is kind of taken a little bit of the front seat over gaming in the past couple days. I can still game, but I can't game nearly as long as I normally do. So doing longer gaming sessions is kind of tough right now, mostly because my finger does start to hurt after a little bit, and I do start to get a little fatigued. Now, I think the biggest reason I'm getting fatigued is due to hypertension and also just exhaustion. I did lose a decent amount of blood on Saturday, and it was kind of a terrifying experience. And I was very anxious, and I still kind of am. Like, every time I see my finger, like I saw my finger bleeding a little bit earlier, and my fucking anxiety spiked. So I'm kind of in a bad space anxiety-wise right now. And I don't get these stitches out till next week on Tuesday, which is pretty nerve-wracking for me, meaning I can't go about my life in a normal way for another couple days, and yeah, it's kind of scary. But that is my big overarching goal, get to 200 platinums. Now, granted, will I do it? I don't fully know. One, I don't know how much my finger is going to take to heal completely. Obviously, the stitching comes out around the 20th, and after the stitching comes out, obviously, there'll be some kind of down period time of me trying to figure out how to work with my finger again, how to get it working and moving properly and not feeling pained. Right now, anytime I straighten it out, it does feel a little bit of pain. Like I said, if I raise it, I do feel that tingling sensation, which is not very pleasant. And obviously, after the stitches get out, it'll be kind of sore, and it'll probably still have some tingling sensations and a little bit of issue with movement and straightening out and stuff like that. But I'm assuming by the end of next week or so, I should be kind of back to my normal self with my hand, and hopefully smarter around the deli slicer. I still can't believe this happened. Oh, man. Very, very stupid. I feel very stupid for those of you wondering. It's going to be a cool scar, I guess, but I hate it. Continuing, my second goal that I have for next year is clearing up a lot of my backlog. Now, granted, my PlayStation backlog is pretty extensive and is kind of impossible to completely clear up. There are, at least by my count, about 10 games that I legitimately cannot complete because of online service being terminated. Games like Guitar Hero Live, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock, any of the MLB The Show games that I don't have completed, any sports games that are more than a couple years old. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is potentially possible for PS3 if I had a PS3, and if I had a copy of the game, and if I had the DLC, but for the most part, not really possible. I actually did just pick up a game from eBay, because I want to work that off my backlog. My big thing is trying to clear out a lot of my backlog. Now, I do have a list, and I'm going to actually update my list for a better backlog list of what I want to work through, and I'll probably stream a lot of that backlog as well. I need to finish Doom 2016 very soon, which hopefully I will have finished in a week or so. I don't know if I'm going to keep streaming it just because of my finger, and I obviously can't stream for nearly as long as I normally would. I might just play through it in my own time. like tomorrow or Thursday or something like that, finish it up and be done with it. But I do want to finish it up. I did just finish another game a couple days ago, and like I said, I just finished a game like yesterday or 2 days ago to 100%, and another platinum. So I'm making steady progress right now with what I'm clearing up from my backlog. Now, granted, one of those games was a game that I just added into my list rather than take it out of my, or grabbing something from my backlog and working on that. The reason I did that is because there was boosting sessions for it, and I needed to get it done. I wanted to get it done before the multiplayer was completely dead, and some of the trophies became unobtainable. It took me 8 days. Full AAA title with a full story in 8 days. The story took me about 2. The other 6 days were all online shit. I'm not even kidding. Literally, like 2 days, 3 days in, I had the entire story done with every miscellaneous story trophy completely done. All of the combat related and collectible related trophies were all done within that like 2 or 3 day period. And then the rest of the time was spent intermittently boosting that and boosting Doom, basically. Which I still need to do Doom a little bit more just to get it out of the way. I only have 1 online trophy left in Doom, and then the couple glitched story trophies. But I will be kind of making a comprehensive list of what I would like to clear off my backlog going into 2023. One of those games, like I said, I did order a game from eBay, is UFC 2, which February 2nd, 2023, the online servers for that game will be shutting down, which means I have a limited time, about 2 months or so, to get it done, which means when it gets here, whether it's the 15th or sometime closer to the 19th, I need to immediately put the game in, download it, and start working. I'm then also going to try to clear out UFC 3 and UFC 4, as those are both also on my list, and it'd be kind of cool to clear those out. Now, granted, UFC 4 is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Some of those trophies are pretty fucking hard, and I know because I've tried to get them already. UFC 3, I haven't played in a while, so don't know about that one. I'm actually going to, I just realized I haven't added that one, my most recent 100% to this list yet, so I'm going to do that really quick. Also need to cross that game off of there. Need to cross that game off of there. Sorry guys, I'm just very stupid and forget to cross things off. This is kind of a list of a challenge my buddy and I were doing. I don't know how much, honestly, I haven't looked at this list in a bit, so it's been kind of weird it feels weird to look at that list sometimes. Alright, there it is. Okay. Now I can add this game, this most recent game, to this list real quick. Okay, and it was done, what, 13th, I think, right? It was yesterday? Yes, 13th. So 12, 13, 22. And it took me 6 years and 11 months. I'll double check that here in a minute. I believe it was 6 years and 11 months. Because it's a game I hadn't played in a long time. It was on my backlog. I saw that servers were shutting down in like April, so I went for it. But yeah, my big thing is trying to clear up a lot of my backlog, because I do have a lot in there. And I'll be going for specific games that are going to be kind of more fun for me to do. Obviously UFC 2, 3, and 4 aren't really ones I'm going to enjoy, but they're ones that I kind of want to get cleared out of the backlog. My hope is by the end of 2023, I can be close to 200 platinums, which obviously God of War Ragnarok will be added to that. I'll probably be doing a couple more PlayStation exclusives, maybe Stray, the Uncharted franchise, potentially, because I do have all of those games. I would love to do Death Stranding, since Death Stranding 2 just got announced. Probably going to do Control, because that is on my backlog list. I just haven't played through it all the way. Detroit Become Human's on there. I kind of want to add Stray to the list at some point, because that game looks amazing. Bugsnax would be really fun, but I don't think I have the PS4 version of that. I think I only have PS5 version. So if I get a PS5, Bugsnax will probably be done. I'll probably be streaming some of these games as well, especially the backlog games. I'll probably be streaming some of those, especially ones that are not nearly as fun, and they're just kind of random games that I need to get done. The hope is, like I said, to get to probably about 70-ish%. I'm currently at about 45% completion on my list, with I think 64 completed games out of the total 308 or 309 that I've played, which is a decent amount. That's like a nice solid chunk of them completed, which is pretty insane to me. That 65 is like 44% of my 308 or whatever. Very crazy to me. Obviously 62 of those being platinums, and some of those platinums not being 100%. That's another goal, is everything that I do have platinumed, I want to try to get to 100% if it's feasible to do so. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, Steep, for instance, is a game that I actually legitimately cannot get to 100%. I'd have to buy a physical version of the game that comes with a specific DLC that has been delisted from the store because it is sponsored by the Olympics and the licensing ran out. Now, why Ubisoft doesn't just re-up the licensing, because I think it's only not available on PS4, but it might not be available on anything at this point. I can't remember for sure. But why Ubisoft doesn't just relicense it so they can actually, have that DLC available again so people can buy that DLC, I will never understand. But the Road to the Olympics DLC is impossible to get without going through a lot of hoops jumping through a lot of hoops. So honestly, Steep is one that I'd probably just get the trophies in the base game, the DLCs I can purchase, done, and then call it good for now. There are other games that I'm probably just not going to go for, Dirt 5 being one of them. I don't really have much desire to play that game. I don't really enjoy it. I don't enjoy the way the game plays out. I feel like it's kind of uncomfortable to play. Trackmania Turbo is probably another one of those that I'm probably just not going to go for. Same with potentially Trials Fusion. I did go through Trials Fusion a little bit recently and try to get some of it, but I don't think I'm going to continue, as I just don't enjoy the game most of the time. That's my big thing, is I don't want to be playing games just to get the trophies. I want to be playing games that I'm going to be enjoying going into this next year. So if there's a game on my backlog list that I see that I really don't have interest in playing, I just won't play it. And yeah, that sucks. But if I see a game like UFC 2, where I know the servers are probably going to be shutting down and it's not going to be feasible to get it anytime soon, in the future after that, I'm going to try my best to get it done. My biggest reason being that Mystic, trophy hunter I really look up to, has done the same thing. He's busted his ass to try to get platinums that were about to be impossible to get. And I love that fact. A lot of the games I've done recently have been games that were going out of commission. They were being shut down. Spellbreak being one of them. A battle royale game my buddy from Australia just kind of got me hooked on was a game that was going out, was being shut down for good next year. And he said, hey, why don't you download this game called Spellbreak, play through with me since the servers are going down next year. I was like, yeah, sure. And I had a very fun time playing it. One of the more recent games I just 100%ed. Servers are going down in April of next year, and I had it on my list since I got my PS4. It was a game that was free back when I got my PS4. It's still a free game, so I highly suggest if you guys want to play it, go check it out. It's called Guns Up. I just recently finished it for the 100%. We'll be discussing more of it in a future video. But it was really worth it for me to get it because it's a game that I haven't touched in a long time, and I didn't have many trophies to go. I think I was at 8 or so of the 21 trophies it had, and I finished it within a week and a half, something like that. And it was a very fun experience getting to kind of talk with my buddies who were also going for the game and help them out. Doom has been another game that's been very fun for me to do, not because the servers are going down, but honestly just because I forgot how much I enjoy the Doom series. Even with the glitches I felt, Bethesda, it has been a blast to play just because A, I'm playing it with my buddy and having a really fun time doing it, but B, because honestly Doom is just a fucking violent, fun game. Like, if you've never played Doom, I highly suggest it. It's fantastic. There's also been Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which I just recently picked up the Zombies Chronicles edition for, so I can actually play through all of the DLC stuff and get all 100% of the trophies in that game, which I do have to start playing through the campaign again on Realistic soon, which I'm not really looking forward to, but I have to do it. I think what I'm going to do is, here in a day or two, when I can start playing a little bit better, I'm going to kind of go for all the collectibles in my own time. I'm not going to do that on a stream. I'm just going to go for all the collectibles and stuff like that. Try to do as many of the random things that need to be done for campaign as I possibly can. And then, when I'm feeling much better and my hand is more healed up, I will stream the campaign and do as many of the missions as possible and hopefully get through them all. I have recently completed a lot of Call of Duties, so getting Black Ops 3 done will be really good. I'm also working on Black Ops Cold War, which is going to be a fun time. After that, I'm going to try to do Modern Warfare 2019, as well as then moving on to Black Ops 4, helping my buddy get some trophies he has. I've been grinding a lot of games too. And that's my other thing, is I want to try to get the grindy games that I have done very soon, so I can move on to more story-based games. I do enjoy single-player story-based games more than anything in the world. So getting my backlog cleared up of all these random games I have to grind for, Tony Hawk, Zombie Army 4, Injustice 2, Doom, that's all I can think of right now. Sniper Elite 4, those types of games, I would like to get those out of the way now rather than later, so that way I can go to focus on story-driven single-player games like God of War Ragnarok, like Dying Light 2, like Death Stranding, Detroit Become Human, Control, the Uncharted franchise, Prey, the Dishonored franchises. I have all of those games. Stray, which I guess isn't really story-based, but you get my point. Ghost of Tsushima, which has been a game that's in the PlayStation Plus catalog that I've been really eyeing up and really wanting to play. There's so many that I want to play through, and that I'm so incredibly excited to play. So getting through a lot of these grindy games is going to be kind of the most important thing for me right now. And I'm still going to be working for the next couple weeks, which, yeah, work's going to suck with basically one hand. I'm probably not going to be making a lot of sandwiches for the next couple days, which, fair enough, it happens. Definitely not going to be slicing anything for a bit. Can confirm that one. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I really hope you guys join me on the next year of the channel. I've talked about this a lot this year, where recently was kind of the time when I was really close to giving up on the channel, and this year has been probably the best year I've ever had on the channel. Not only did I start streaming more and having more people interact with those streams, but also I've seen a lot more interaction on videos this year than I think I ever have, and it's been insane to go from wanting to give up on the channel completely at the start of the year to not imagining my life without the channel going into next year. I really hope to bring more people enjoyment and smiles in the next year, and laughs, and just, there's been so much I've done this year for the channel and in general as myself, like just what I've done. You know, I finished Resident Evil 3's remake on stream, which was really, really fun for me. I finished the entirety of Until Dawn in a single 6.5 hour stream. I've done so much this year, and I cannot wait for 2023 to come and for me to do more on the channel and to do more in the world of gaming. I will hopefully be playing through a lot more Xbox games as well very soon, and finishing up some of those. My basic reason for that is my TV's broken in my room, so I haven't really played nearly as much Xbox as I could be playing. And that's just kind of the bare truth of it. My Xbox broke, and I've kind of, or my TV broke. I've kind of not wanted to play Xbox because of it, which is unfortunate because I have a lot of really good games on the Xbox. But hopefully, in the next year, I'll be able to play through a lot more fun stuff and stream stuff as well. I want to stream Resident Evil 2 again soon. I want to stream Black Ops 3 again soon. I have a few more ideas of stuff I want to just kind of kick around on stream. Some older games from my backlog that I haven't touched in like 6-7 years, and just kind of want to play through and see if I can enjoy playing through them on stream or something like that. You know, just stuff for fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you guys are very excited for the next year in Spaced Out Gaming. I'll see you next time. Stay golden. Peace.